Hello dear friends, welcome to my stream today, Learn with Vidas tutorial. This is part 3 of learning figured bass, and I'm delighted to be able to do this for you today. Really delighted. So let's see what we can do today. The first part was from basically align God. Remember 2 weeks ago, then 1 week ago, I taught you Wir nur den lieben Gott lässt walten, right? And today, Jesu meine Freude, Jesu meine Freude. Wonderful. So let's see how it goes. I will now play entire cycle, Jesu meine Freude, and then we'll start analyzing, okay, the figured bass part. It consists of preambulum, Jesu meine Freude choral in 2 voices, and alio modo choral with the figured bass, right, with harmonization filled in. Okay, so let's see. I can do this in swelling. In swelling, you're using Cloiker organ, Notre Dame de Neige, very nice. I will need to open flute octaviant or prestant. Oh, it's probably better to start with the prestant 4. Okay, enjoy. All right, then chorale, Jesu meine Freude, in 2 parts. So that will be with the chamade and monter and like this chromor, maybe even. Okay. Oops, mixed up manual. When I was playing this, I actually was thinking maybe 16 feet bombard would be nice. Instead of hautbois. But then perhaps too much like this. Maybe I'll try it again, okay? What do you think? Is it better? There is another interesting stop on the Grand Org Ranket 16, which then could be soloed as a hautbois. I will turn off the mic. It's a little bit too soft, right? Shamati too much, but yeah, in general, yeah. And then chorale alio modo with harmonization, right? With figured bass. And let me play it for you loudly with principal chorus. Okay. I'll show you the keyboards maybe even. Enjoy. So that was my chorale harmonization based on Krebs's model. Let me check what's going in the chat. You probably noticed I don't have my phone with me on the music rack and I don't see my messages, but maybe I can see it on OBS Studio where I'm streaming, right? Live control chat. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah. Hi, Vidas says Dawn. Carla is hello, hello, hello. So Carla and Dawn are here, okay? And of course we have top fans. If I am not mistaken, top fans are two. Dawn number 1 and Carla number 2. Based on Friday's live stream top fan ranking, I noticed that they give more experience points and it's consequently easier to get to the higher rank. The people who buy super chat. So keep that in mind if you want to be number 1. All right. Excellent. So, shall we go to the chorale? To the chorale. I'm sure this was the opening, right? Opening, preambulum, then Jesu meine Freude. Okay, and then this chorale. Let me see, I think I will put it right here, maybe like this. Excellent. No, so I think we're ready to start analyzing it. Okay, I will of course oops, sorry. You can see me here and my hands too. So let's keep this window open, this camera angle open like this. I will just reduce my registration to the montre or the flute harmonic. Okay, and then I can easily talk to you. All right, feel free to ask questions. I think I will see the questions in the live chat on OBS too. Excellent. So what do we have? 1, 2, 3. Let's count phrases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 phrases. This is a long chorale. Long chorale prelude. And since there is no repeat, right? Each of the phrases are uniquely harmonized. Even if you can see, phrase 1 is the same as phrase 4. Phrase 2 is the same as phrase 5. Phrase 3 is the same as phrase 6. But there is no repeat, so harmonization of each phrase 1 and 4, 2 and 5, 3 and 6 are naturally different, and that's the beauty of it. Okay, so let's analyze the first phrase for you. We have only two lines, right? Soprano and the bass. It already sounds nice if you play without chords, right? But if you add slowly the chords, the first chord obviously doesn't have numbers, so this is D minor chord, like this. Second note is 6 and 4. It just means that the bass is moving. Maybe I will change my monitor to flute de neige. Beautiful flute of snow, so that you could hear me better. On the note A in the bass, it's 6-4. So 6, an interval of the 6, is where F, right? And 4 is interval of 4th, D. So basically the bass is jumping, but the right hand part is stationary. Second beat, the same, F and 6. First inversion chord from the note F. Basically 2 beats are the minor chord. Then the third beat, 6 with crossed out 6 basically, which now needs to be explained as sharp 6, C sharp. We fill in the third, G, and we have ready for the next note, 7th and sharp. 7th is G, sharp is the third, C sharp. Next chord is a 9th chord. So instead of playing the minor chord with the 8th octave, right, D, we play D minor chord but with the E, with the 9th. And then later then move to the 6th chord, F in the bass, A, D, and F in the right hand part. Next 6-5, so G, B flat, D, and E. A on the note A, 8 and sharp, so A major chord. C sharp, A, C sharp, E. 7th with the thumb, G, right? A, G, C sharp, and E. D minor chord. D, F, A, D. One more time. Like this, the first phrase. Next, let's see what our audience is talking. Don doesn't have C, 3C with the printout. I actually saw it. Maybe you didn't. There was this printout actually on the last page. There definitely was. Never mind. Just look at my fingers here, at my hands. Giovanni, very nice. Hello. Okay, let's move on to the second phrase. Okay. D minor chord on the first beat. D, D, F, A. E on the 8th note. Then 4-2, but 4 with the natural. So we have F, D, G, and B natural. On the note G in the bass, we have G major chord. So the right hand doesn't move. We have total chord G, D, G, B. On the note E in the bass, we have 6 chords. So E, E, G, and C. Moving on, F, but the right hand doesn't change. It's like a passing note between E and G. Last beat in measure 3. 4-2, but 4 is with a plus sign, right? Crossed. So 4th is with a sharp, C sharp. G, C sharp, A, and E. G, C sharp, E, and A, like this. Next, moving the bass. 4th measure, F, first inversion chord. Not F, D minor chord, but first inversion, right? From the note F in the bass. F, F, D, and A. D in the bass. Oh, well, that's a complicated chord. 6, 4, 6 with a cross. So 6 means from the note B flat, this is G sharp. That's an augmented 6, not minor 7, augmented 6. B flat, G sharp. 4 is E, D in soprano. And 4 becomes 3, D. E becomes D. And then A major chord. With C sharp. A, E, A, C sharp. I will repeat the second phrase for you without talking. Okay. The third phrase begins like this. 6, note F. F, F, A, D. Let's see what our audience is talking. In the live chat, yeah, keep engaging if you want to be number 1 or number 2 or number 3 top fans. Yeah, it's actually designed to be a top 50 for top 50. Even 50 people can chat in the live chat here, and they would rank you on the list of 1 through 50, but only 3 people will get the crown. 1, 2, and 3. All right. The third phrase. F, 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 A, D. 6 with a cross, which means C sharp, E, G, C sharp, and E. D minor chord, D, A, E, F, F, 6 chord, the right hand doesn't move. 6-5 chord from the note G, which is G, B flat, D, and E. 8 and the sharp. Sharp is the third. So we have A major chord, A, C sharp, E. 8 becomes 7. A becomes G. And D minor chord, E, F, A, and D. Third phrase again. Then 6, 4, and 2 sharp. This chord, E flat, C, F sharp, and A. Let's analyze. 6 is C, 4 is A, 2 plus 2 sharp, it's F sharp, E flat, and F sharp. That's it. Minted second. Very chromatic harmonization, by the way. Therefore, it's nice. But wait for the penultimate measure. You will see lots and lots and lots of signals. All right. It becomes 7th. Six, 4 chord, D, B flat, D, and G. 7th chord from the note C sharp, which is C sharp, B flat, E, and G. 9th chord, again, D, A, E, and F. 9 becomes A, which is D minor chord, D, A, D, F. 6, 5 chord from the note G in the bass. G, B flat, D, and E. 7th chord from the note E in the bass. So basically the right hand stays the same. B flat, D, and E. A major chord, 8, and sharp. So sharp is the 3rd, C sharp, A, C sharp, E. A becomes 7th, A becomes G, in other words. And tonic chord, E minor chord, E, F, A, E. Let's repeat the 4th phrase for you without talking. Like this. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5th phrase. F sharp in the bass, so we have F sharp and 6 chord, E and A. If I was to spell it out, I would have 2 A's. But not 2 F sharps, because we cannot double the leading tone. Although we could, because they go to the opposite direction. F sharp, and then next F natural and G in the right hand part. So we could, but it's not common. It's not the way they teach it. So they teach like this: F sharp, D, A. Next, for Q chord with a sharp, with a natural. Sorry, 4 with a natural. So F, D, G, and B natural. Resolution of that for Q chord: E, C, G, and C. That's a 6 chord for the note E. For 2 chord, we natural again, which is E flat, C, F, and A natural. Right. I don't know why. Why did he write natural? Because there is no path to the note, to A flat. in this measure, and there is no A flat next to the treble clef. I'm not sure. Maybe it's some inconsistency. Maybe. I don't. Maybe I could guess. If you look at the beginning of this phrase, 6/4 with a natural, and then again 6/4 with a natural. Maybe he wanted a sequence. That's why. Maybe that looked better on the printing. On the note B in the bass, third beat, measure in 1, 2, 3, fourth measure, second line. E, F, B flat, D. And then 6/4. So last beat, 6/4 and a plus. Plus means sharp or a natural. From A, F, B natural, D. G sharp moving in the bass, but right hand doesn't move. And A major chord, sharp, A, E, A, C sharp. One more time, that phrase. Very chromatically. Much different than the second phrase, right? Next, F, A, D. If you want four notes, you have to double the A. F, A, D. 6/5 chord. C sharp, G, A, and E. And the minor chord have 2 Fs, 2/3. D, F, A, F. And we move in the bass to F. F, A, E, and that's a 6 chord. 6/5 chord on the note G. Last measure in the second line. G, B flat, E, and E. Next is A major chord. A and a sharp. A, C sharp, E. On the 7th, G, and D minor chord. E, F, A, D. Repeating this phrase. All right. Now, don't ask me to scroll up a bit. That's fine. Oh yeah, like this. Correct? Much better, I think. Oh yeah, like this. Oops. Oh, okay, that's better. So now, starting the last line, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th phrase. 7th phrase. 3 phrases left. Right? But this phrase would be after the repeat sign. If there was a repetition of the three phrases, then we would have a repeat sign right here. Phrases A, B, and C are repeated, and after that we have something different. If we look at the 3B chorale, right here. Oops, not here. We see the first phrase, second phrase, and the third phrase right here. And we have a repeat sign. You see, if composer wanted exact the same material, he would have added repeat sign in the alio modo chorale, in the harmonization with figured bass, but he didn't. He wanted to harmonize with the figured bass much differently. So from the sixth phrase we have seventh phrase, and that's completely new material. So D minor chord, D, D, F, A, 6/4 chord, it's flat on the note E flat. That's a flat without a number, it's a third, basically. Sharp without a number, it's also a third. So it's 6/4/3. It's a 4/3 chord, basically. C, E flat, F, and A. B flat, major chord. B flat, D, F, B flat. E 7th chord, E, D, G, B flat. F major 9th chord, C, G, A, becomes 8th, becomes F major. Beautiful. Suspension, right? 9 to 8 suspension. 6/5 chord, B flat, D, F, G, and 8 and 7. 8 to 7th, pressing tone. C, C, E, G, and C, B flat, G. F major chord, F, A, C, and F. Does it make sense? One more time, this phrase without talking. Again, 8th phrase. Let's analyze. A D minor chord without any number. So D, D, F, A, classic note in the left without changing anything in the right hand part. 4/2 chord with a natural on the note F, F, D, G, B natural. Changing the bass to G. 6th chord on the note E, E, G, and C. Passing tone in the left hand part F. 4/2 chord with a sharp on the 4th C sharp. G, C sharp, E, and A. Changing the bass to A major chord. F, 6 chord. So F, F, E, and A. Rather F, F, A, D. No, I think it's better to play this way, F, E, A, D. Because this will help us to avoid forbidden parallel 8 octaves between F and F, between F and E. So if this was 6 chord F, D, A, D, 6/4 chord would be E, E, A, C, 6/5 chord with a sharp, and 6 natural. So that would be sharp, F sharp, D sharp, F sharp, A, and B natural. Sharp means a third, so D sharp to F sharp, minor third. E major chord, 8 and a sharp, E, E, G sharp, B, 8 becomes 7. So E, D, G sharp, B. A major chord with a sharp, A, C sharp, E, and A. Okay, doesn't make sense. Let me repeat this 8th phrase. Very dramatic. All right, and the last phrase. Oh, we are early. Very nice. I think we could start with, after this A major chord, right? Start the phrase with the 6th chord on the F. So F, D, F, A. 6, 5, sharp, very natural, sorry. Which means F sharp, C natural, E flat, and A. Okay. Dropped frames, somehow they say 1% of frames are dropping. Did you notice, guys, anything unusual? Let me know if the audio is shaky or a bit uneven. G minor chord in the ultimate measure. So G, B flat, D, and G, and then 6 natural, right? So G, B flat, E natural, and G. 6, 5, and natural. G sharp, B natural, D, and F. And now, I promise something fun at you. So we have one chord, but many figures next, many numbers, right, next to each, next to this, next to 4, 3 sharp, B plus, 2 plus, 8 with a sharp, 7, 8, 5, and D minor chord, E, F, A, D. Let's repeat that. 4, when you see 4, you don't play 3, you don't play the third. So A, D, A, then 3 sharp, C sharp, 2 plus B natural, then repeat 2 notes in the middle, A and C sharp, G natural, 8, A, and E, and D, F, A, E, like this. So it's kind of interesting. Harmonization sounds really wonderful when played with a principal chorus. Let me play it for you, and you could actually enjoy it. I will play it with mixture, right, and doublet, and even with the pedals, yeah, like this. Let me play without the microphone on. You will follow the score now and get a better grasp, okay, after we have analyzed this beautiful chorale harmonization. Enjoy. I added the pedals, as you heard, right? It's beautiful with the posaune in the pedals in the bass, but I wouldn't double the left hand. I actually would play without the left hand if I was just playing on my own. But I wanted you to see my chords in the left hand too, so I had to double so that in this camera angle you would see both of my hands. All right, so I guess we are kind of done here. So hope you enjoyed this fantastic harmonization of Jesu meine Freude chorale by Johann Ludwig Krebs, one of the most significant students of Johann Sebastian Bach, right? And he lived well into the 18th century, and he died in 1788, so he lived through the end of the Baroque period into the Galant style and even into the classical style. So his works show already some of the ideas from the late Baroque, as you can see those chromatic lines, but in other pieces, compositions, trios especially, you could see Galant style all over the place, and closer to the classical style as well. Wonderful. I'm glad Don enjoyed it. So who is top fan? Let me think. Top fan 3, right? Giovanni number 3 with 25 experience points. Carla Smith is number 2 with 25 XP. And Don is number 1 with 100 XP. Excellent. So keep engaging, guys, and I'll see you next week. But for next week's tutorial, I will not be teaching figure bass, because this was like more of a complete 3-part tutorials series, right? You basically got the idea how it's notated, what those numbers are. The main idea that each number corresponds to the interval above the bass, and that those numbers, if there are more than one layer of numbers, then they write the highest top number in the top, like 7, 5, 3, right? And sometimes they don't write 3, so they write 7 and 3. And but that doesn't mean that 7th is in the top with the fingers, right, in the note. 7th could be anywhere within the chord, right? So basically that was the basics, foundations of the figured bass. Now if you want to even go further, you have to keep practicing. Get this collection, right? It's on IMSLP by Johann Ludwig Krebs, and just play through it. It's so much fun. Clavierübung Part 1 by Johann Ludwig Krebs. I have provided fingering and figured bass realizations in a few of my scores. Jesu meine Freude is also the fingering and chords written out for you, so I will add in the description of this video, if you click and if you want to get the score. It's at no additional cost for Total Organist students. That's why Don, our Total Organist community member, could get the score ahead of time and check it out. All right. So next week, Osha and I are going to Estonia. Estonia, beautiful town called Tartu. Tartu is the second largest town in Estonia, and it's very old, medieval town, and it was earlier a Hanseatic city, and then it belonged to the Lithuanian and Polish Commonwealth for a while. Then it belonged to the Russian Empire for a while, and then it became independent. Estonia, of course, independent democratic republic. And at the end, second half of the 19th century, in 1869, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken. But basically, at the end of the second half of the 19th century, there was this big national movement in Estonia with Tartu and University of Tartu, of course, playing a major role in that, and that was the foundation of UNESCO protected heritage, massive dance and song festivals. At first there was song festivals, and then they added folk dances into the festivities. When I say massive, it's basically tens of thousands of people join singing together, dancing together. At first it was just a few thousand, not very big, but right now it's like 40,000, and it's spread across the Baltic states, Lithuania and Latvia as well. Lithuania was the third one, and the second was Latvia. So we celebrated in 2024 our 100th year of anniversary of our song festival last year. So it's a massive and fantastic event. If you want to visit Vilnius sometime in the future, I propose to do this when this festival is going, and to observe it, to buy tickets well ahead of time, like 6 months before or even earlier, and see for yourself those beautiful singing and dancing activities, and how people come together to sing, like tens of thousands of people. And this is unforgettable event. It's televised, so even you could actually watch it on YouTube indefinitely right now, even if you just Google Baltic Song Festival, or Estonian Song Festival, Latvian Song Festival, Lithuanian Song Festival, you will find it. So it's a magnificent tradition. And the reason I'm talking about this is because it's all started in Tartu, in Estonia, where we are going next week with Osha to play Baltic Reverie duet recital on Thursday. We're leaving on Wednesday, driving there for 8 hours, 7 or 8 hours, and then on Thursday there is this beautiful church, St. Paul's Church there, and they have a festival there, so we're playing on Thursday recital, and then driving back on Friday, which means I'm going to postpone my Fridays on the bench with Vidas stream to Saturday. I will do this on Saturday next week, but we'll meet for the Sunday's tutorial at the normal time. If you want to learn something new, if you want to request from me some tutorial, let me know. Of course, I prioritize people from our membership communities and people who support us, like Total Organist community and Buy Me a Coffee community and YouTube members. So you could actually become part of that, and we're a very friendly community. We have a separate Discord group where we talk and help each other become better organists. All right, so stay tuned for next week's tutorial streams and videos. And remember, when you practice, miracles happen.